What makes a person truly evil? Is it their actions, their thoughts, or something ingrained in their very soul? A question that has been at the core of human inquiry for centuries, sparking debates among philosophers, theologians, and psychologists alike. The nature of evil, its roots and manifestations has been perceived and interpreted in countless ways across different cultures and societies. From the ancient Greek concept of kakia, denoting moral badness, to the Christian personification of evil in Lucifer, the fallen angel, our understanding of evil is as varied as it is complex. In the Eastern philosophies, evil is often viewed as an imbalance, a deviation from the path of righteousness and harmony. But today we're not here to discuss theology or philosophy, we're here to delve into the realm of psychology, to explore the human mind and its darkest corners. In the labyrinth of human psyche, where does evil reside? Is it a simple byproduct of adverse circumstances, a learned behavior, or is there something more sinister at play? Psychology research suggests that certain traits could be indicative of what we commonly recognize as evil, but it's important to remember human behavior is multifaceted and complex, and labeling someone as evil based on a few traits might be an oversimplification. However, a pattern of harmful, destructive behavior can certainly raise some red flags. In this video, we're going to focus on 6 such traits that could potentially signify an evil heart. These include narcissism, manipulativeness, lack of empathy, chronic lying, cruelty, and a lack of responsibility. These traits have been identified based on extensive research and observation, and while they might not provide a definitive answer to our initial question, they do offer intriguing insights into the intricacies of human evil. So, buckle up, open your minds, and prepare to embark on this intellectual journey. Let's delve into the mind's darkest corners and explore the traits of an evil heart. First up, we have narcissism, a trait often associated with an evil heart. Narcissism, at its core, is characterized by excessive self-love or self-admiration, often to the point of losing sight of others' needs or feelings. This trait, when taken to the extreme, can breed harmful behaviors. Narcissists tend to view themselves as superior beings, which can lead to a sense of entitlement and a need for constant admiration. Their inflated sense of self-importance often blinds them to the needs and feelings of those around them. Psychological studies have found a strong link between narcissism and harmful behaviors. Narcissists often show a lack of empathy, making it difficult for them to form healthy reciprocal relationships. They may use manipulation and deceit to maintain their inflated self-image, often at the expense of others. Narcissism, in its extreme form, can lead to a path of manipulation and disregard for others' feelings. Trait number 2 is manipulativeness, a dangerous weapon in the arsenal of an evil heart. Manipulativeness is the use of cunning and deceit to control or influence others. It's a subtle, often unnoticed behavior, but its impact can be profound. A manipulative person might use flattery, guilt, or even threats to achieve their goals. They weave intricate webs of deceit, always spinning lies and half-truths to maintain control. Psychologists propose a few theories explaining why some people resort to manipulation. Some suggest it stems from a deep-seated fear of rejection or a need for control. Others theorize it's a learned behavior, a survival mechanism developed in response to a challenging environment. Regardless of the root cause, it's clear that manipulativeness is a trait that can cause significant distress to those in its path. Manipulative individuals can cause significant harm without feeling any remorse. Their actions can erode trust, destroy relationships, and leave lasting emotional scars. The third trait is a lack of empathy, a chilling characteristic of an evil heart. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, is a cornerstone of healthy human relationships. Its absence, however, can lead to harmful behaviors, as it allows individuals to act without concern for the emotional impact of their actions. This lack of empathy often manifests itself in a disregard for the feelings, needs, and well-being of others, making it easier for individuals to cause harm without experiencing the pain of their victims. This is not merely a conjecture, but a finding backed by numerous psychological studies. These studies have consistently linked a lack of empathy to antisocial behavior, including aggression, manipulation, and even criminal conduct. An individual who lacks empathy sees others not as fellow human beings with their own needs and feelings, but as mere objects to be used for their own gain. Without empathy, an individual can cause harm without feeling the pain of their victims. Trait number 4 is chronic lying, a disturbing habit often found in individuals with an evil heart. Chronic lying, or pseudologia fantastica as it's known in the psychological world, is the compulsive need to lie about both significant and insignificant matters. It's more than just the occasional white lie. It's a persistent and pervasive pattern that can lead to a distorted reality and broken relationships. Psychologists propose several theories to explain this behavior. Some suggest it's a defense mechanism to protect the ego, while others believe it's a pathological condition linked to personality disorders. Some even argue it could be a learned behavior picked up in childhood as a survival strategy. Regardless of its origins, chronic lying can be detrimental to those who encounter it. These untruths can shroud the liar's true intentions, creating a maze of deception. Chronic liars can create a web of deceit that can trap even the most discerning individuals. The fifth trait we'll discuss is cruelty, a horrifying manifestation of an evil heart. Cruelty, in its essence, is the indifference or pleasure in causing pain and suffering. It's a chilling characteristic that can be seen in a multitude of forms. From the subtle emotional torment one might inflict on a close friend, to the grand-scale atrocities we witness in the world around us, cruelty is a hideous reflection of a heart tainted with malevolence. Psychological studies have delved deep into the abyss of cruelty, unearthing some startling connections. For instance, a study published in the Journal of Abnormal Psychology found that individuals who display cruelty often exhibit other harmful behaviors such as aggression, deceit, and manipulation. It's like a domino effect, where one evil trait triggers another, creating a devastating cycle of harm. Moreover, cruelty is not just an isolated trait. It is frequently associated with severe mental health disorders. The American Psychiatric Association, in its Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, identifies cruelty as a significant trait in disorders like antisocial personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder. This does not mean that every cruel act is the result of a disorder, but it does emphasize the severity of this trait and its potential to wreak havoc when left unchecked. Cruelty, whether physical or emotional, leaves a lasting imprint on the victims. It strips away their sense of safety and trust, leaving behind a trail of trauma that can take years, even decades to heal. It's a testament to the power of this trait and the depth of the evil it represents. But remember, recognizing cruelty is the first step towards combating it. By understanding its forms and effects, we empower ourselves to identify it in our surroundings and take appropriate action, whether it's seeking help, setting boundaries, or supporting the victims. Acts of cruelty can be a clear indicator of a heart that harbors evil. It's a grim reality, but acknowledging it is crucial in our journey towards a world where kindness triumphs over cruelty and love overcomes evil. Finally, the sixth trait is a lack of responsibility, a trait that allows an evil heart to avoid accountability. Responsibility is the backbone of any healthy relationship, be it personal or professional. It's about acknowledging one's actions and their impact on others. When responsibility is missing, it paves the way for harmful behaviors. Psychological studies have drawn a clear line connecting a lack of responsibility to antisocial behavior. These studies suggest that individuals who consistently dodge responsibility often demonstrate traits associated with antisocial personality disorder. They tend to be manipulative, deceitful, and indifferent to the rights of others. This lack of responsibility allows such individuals to cause harm without worrying about the aftermath. It's a shield they use to evade the consequences of their actions, making it a fundamental trait of an evil heart. Remember, a person who avoids responsibility can continue to cause harm without facing the consequences. So, there you have it, 6 traits of an evil heart. We've navigated through the labyrinth of malevolence, shedding light on narcissism, manipulativeness, lack of empathy, chronic lying, cruelty, and lack of responsibility. These traits, however, are not inherently evil but rather extreme forms of behavior. It's crucial to remember that not everyone who exhibits these traits is necessarily evil. They may be struggling with personal issues or mental health conditions. On the other hand, when these traits converge and persist, they can create a toxic environment. It isn't about labeling or demonizing individuals, but about identifying harmful patterns of behavior. Understanding these traits can help us recognize and respond appropriately to harmful behaviors. By doing so, we can protect ourselves and others from potential harm, fostering healthier relationships and communities. Remember, the first step to combating evil is recognizing it.